Hello, I am Mary Mazur. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. Oh, today's episode is how to stop giving control of your life to others. So, how can you stop giving control of your life to others? Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I can already feel it in my own body. Well, the first step, if you're going to stop giving all your power away, because that's really another way of saying, are you giving your power away? Are you not connected into your full personal power of who you are, what brings you the most joy, what feels right for you, how you would love to be and do and experience here? No, maybe there's parts of your life where other people you might believe or feel are actually controlling your life or doing things maybe you don't even really like so much, but you haven't stepped up yet to make that change, stepped up to let yourself have the complete freedom to be your own personal being, your own individual separate self, while working with others, getting along with others, being in relationship with others at the same time. So this is the dance. This is the dance that we are all in right now. For many of us, we were completely programmed to be controlled by others. And the first one will say, have you heard of the television? Oh, television. That television is a big old box that offers people visions of things, programs of things, information of things, right? And in the 50s when the television came on out, right, people were excited about it, right? And it is fun. It definitely is fun to have some fun shows and episodes depending on what you want to be influenced by. But we'll even just use that as a simple example first, and then we'll actually gonna dive deeper and deeper and deeper into the big source of where this disconnection is, where we lost our knowingness or our path or our way of our own personal knowingness of who we are, the personal transformation, our true essence in our highest level as a divine being here, having a human experience. And actually, instead, we were born here as newborn babies, agreeing to forget that. That's for sure. All of us did, including myself. We included to do that. Yes, we did. We agreed to do that. And the gift is, especially in this lifetime, is this is the great ascension lifetime. This is the lifetime where we get to wake up and recognize and know who we are, to fully connect into our hearts, fully connect in and to activate within us our full true essence of our soul, our spirit being, our all of who you really are, and let that part of you vibrate and live in your body, be you, let you be fully you at your highest level, where you have complete control of your life, of your experiences, and of your choices. So, this is the talk to help inspire you to move on this journey, to commit to yourself. That's the biggest one, actually, is to say yes. The bigger question would be, do you want to in control of your life and all the experiences you're having in your life? Would you love to be the master of your life, the master of your experiences? So, like we talked about with the television, uh, all the programs are there, especially the news or the data, the information. For many years, people completely trusted it. They thought, yes, that is all truthful information, is all trustworthy. Of course it is. And, on a good note, it's nice when we can trust our governments or trust our leaders, our professionals, or people, that are going to give us the news, right? It would make sense to say, hey, wouldn't that be great if all that information was actually true? And it was actually really good for us? Well, a good question to ask yourself when you're listening to the news or certain programs, how are you feeling while you're listening to it? If you're getting angry, or frustrated, or even just like, or just hating one side over the other, where there's this polarity where one is good and one is bad, or the fear of just like apocalypse, or the fear of, oh, this World War III could be happening, or oh, look at this war here, or look at this horrible thing that happened here, or look at, or spitting out all of the negative, or yeah, uncomfortable topics to talk about, and then even what is the energy that it's in. So these are really good questions to ask yourself. And the gift is if you would love to gain control of your own life, it is actually vital to become aware of all of this. Start becoming aware of how you feel, how you're responding to things, and then you're going to be able to make the best choices for yourself. So that's the gift we're going to help. And by the end of this talk, we'll be talking about transformational tools that can help you with that, because it actually is also vital for us to actually receive tools that can help us. Just like a master who is going to, let's say, build a home or redo a kitchen or redo a bathroom or do any kind of work, let's say in your own home, they're going to bring their tools, right? They have their toolboxes. I know my ex, he loves his tools. Like he's got all kinds of tools for everything. It's actually quite magical and amazing. Then there are tools, right? I mean, if you want have to screw in a screw, isn't that nice to have the drill that just does it very easily for you, right? Yes. Yes, there are old fashioned ways of doing things, back hundreds of years ago when people didn't have all the fancy tools that we had. Then yeah, they had to figure it out, right? They had to like shave off wood chippings to make their own spears, or do different kind of things, but they still actually made their own tools even hundreds and thousands of years of basic tools. Now we have super enhanced tools, and there actually are amazing magical transformational tools that you can use for yourself to help you in your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, your energetic body, and your physical body here. And yes, we're going to be bringing that in. My favorite tool right now is PSYCH-K, and I am a certified PSYCH-K instructor. I'm an igniter, a spiritual connector and guide, and I love to use it for my own self, for my own life. So yes, that I can be in control of my life. I love having control of my life as best I can. And all that means is that I love having control of the choices I make. I love having freedom of the choices that I get to make, because we all have free will choice here. That is something that is your birthright. You do have free will choice. You always have a choice at every moment. You have a choice of how you want to feel. You have a choice of how to respond, what to say, what to do, how to be. And if you might be feeling like others are controlling that, that's what this talk is about here, is so we can help you with identifying what these are, and that you get to begin to say, stand up, have boundaries, say no. I actually, it is time for me to regain my personal power back, activate that within me, and really offer for yourself an open time. We'll be talking about that. That time is actually one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself. If you can begin to slow down, if you can begin to open up time for yourself, actually have time for yourself. So that maybe even be the first thing you can do is to give yourself a little sabbatical. Let yourself have a retreat. How about a weekend where you get to have, or even just a couple hours, even just 1 hour. See what you can do for yourself, where you get to just let yourself have time for you with you. Because in that, you're going to be able to check in. So you can have a journal where you can write down, or connect in with nature. And Mother Nature is here to help you greatly. And then what we recommend here is you can closing your eyes, breathing a few times to connect in and ground, and connect into your heart. Connect into, just imagine you have this amazing heart center that is amazingly this beautiful light and love, and that you actually are a spiritual being. You actually are a divine spiritual soul that chose to come and have this human experience. Okay. And with any challenges you're having, any frustrations, any limitations or blocks, if you can offer for yourself that these are actually here for you, that will help greatly. Just imagine, even if you can, just imagine if they were here for you, what could they be here for you for? One of those being that we're talking about today is that you may be feeling limitations, or that you're being controlled by others. Okay. This could be your workplace. This could be a partner, a spouse or a partner or family member, a parent, or even children, things like that. And with that, right, we dive in. Yes, we talked about the television, because you're getting programs from whoever's writing those programs there about that information. Anytime anyone ever says anything to you, you actually are receiving their beliefs. You're receiving what their truths are. Some of them can be very good in a guide. The gift comes in is when you can connect in with yourself to see, how does it feel? How does it feel when they are talking to you, or saying something to you? How does that feel? And if you're being controlled by others, usually it doesn't feel very good. So if someone's trying to tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that, no, you can do this, yes, you can do that, and actually treating you like a child, that's a big red flag, a big wake up call. And then the gift would be, is what we recommend here, is notice it, admit it. if you actually are already recognizing that it's happening, the next important question to like ask yourself is, well, how does this make me feel? How am I feeling while I'm in this? And if you don't like it, like, yeah, no, I feel like I'm not worthy. I feel like I don't matter. I feel like they don't believe in me or trust me, or that I have to do everything that they say to control just so that they can feel better. Maybe it's their own insecurities that they are casting out onto you. And we did agree to be in all these relationships. There's a reason why you're in that relationship or in that dynamic. It could be somebody at work that's happening. Maybe it's a boss that you're being treated in that way, or it could be a spouse or a partner or someone you love or a family member. Uh, yeah, a parent, depending on your ages here, or even a child, right? All these dynamics, and you can even just recognize and see, like, are you being pulled? Like, if you could just let yourself even in the vision of it, see what does it feel like? Does it feel like you're being all wrapped up tight, like like you're literally strapped and limited? You know, are you actually is there a part of you that might actually be doing this just to hide, to play small, or just to many times at the heart level, the inner child part of us is really craving to be loved, to be accepted, to be welcomed, yeah, to be nurtured, to be included, things like that. It may be a cry for help for an aspect within you. And the gift comes in is, yeah, receiving the assistance that can help you with this. A spiritual guide, a facilitator, someone that can help you in this area, maybe someone who's just a little bit farther in the journey, who has done it for their own selves and others, that you can receive that support and help with yourself. You can do a lot for yourself too, because we are here to help ourselves, because that's that self responsibility. So the gift comes in is, one, when you're sick and tired of it, that's actually the big ding, 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 ding. Because if you're sick and tired of it, yes, that means you're ready for the change. That's why it's here. And if you can grab it earlier than later, then it doesn't have to wait till it's a big catastrophe or a major melt, a crazy time, which for many people, they do need that to wake themselves up or to get them to move or make a change. You don't have to wait till that happens. Your body system is designed to give you plenty of clues uh, when these things are happening, especially if you feel like you're being limited by another, or by, like, whether it's the workplace, whether it's you're in your home dynamics, or whether there may be an aspect of you that's limiting your own self and that's being reflected out into other people. That's actually at the deepest level what that might be actually happening. And if that is, the gift is you can change it. That's the gift with this talk, is that you actually can access what those aspects are within you and make those changes. With the gift of Psyche, the Psyche is just a transformational tool that allows you to be able to do that. It allows you to access, all right, what's limiting you or blocking you or controlling you, and then you get to switch it. You get to switch into what you want instead, and you get to speak up. You get to activate your personal power. You get to stand and say, hey, how would I rather have things be, and how would I love to be able to yeah, live in the world. So, and the thing with that though is that we have these survival mechanisms within us that may be afraid of change. So there's maybe where there's blocks that could be blocking you from actually making all these changes, or even getting the assistance with a psyche facilitator, or coming to a psyche workshop, where you can actually learn this for yourself. That some parts within us may actually be self-sabotaging our own selves out of, and it's for a reason. It's out of just fear, or out of fear of change, or fear of being, let's say, rejected or abandoned. That many times we've had these experiences growing up, and we definitely don't want to repeat them. So for many of us, that will do whatever we have to do to prevent that. So we end up developing these coping strategies uh, and then a lot of it for many people, they give their power away, where they just let things keep happening, even though they don't like it, they're not comfortable. And then what will happen though is that you'll end up vibrating in a denser energy, like frustration or anger, or even like guilt. For some, there may be aspects within you that might be like, man, maybe I did something wrong, or maybe there's something wrong with me. Those are the things that I actually had to change within myself, and with the gift of Psyche, I did that gracefully and lovingly and humbly. And then we welcome this for you because the gift is you really can. You really can let go of those thoughts that we create, these beliefs that we create that actually are limiting our own selves, and then put us into situations where this level we're actually creating all of this because of the limiting beliefs that we agreed to embody. We embody these beliefs from our parents, from society and religious views, or even educational views. How we were raised our first 7 years and the experiences we had basically set up our lives. It literally set the precedent for what was going to be happening in our lives. Isn't that interesting? Well, and the gift is, especially in this lifetime, you can actually change it. You can actually notice it, recognize it, and actually change these pieces. You know how profound that is? It really is. So we want to just let you know that you really can let things go, change the dynamics so that you don't have to be experiencing life where others are controlling you or telling you what to do, or you don't feel like you have any choices or any are free divine sovereign being, and it's up to you if you would like to step in, connect into that personal power aspect within you and receive a tool like PSYCH-K that can help you greatly with this. So welcome back. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. We are helping you change this funky stuff into fun. One of the funky things is how to stop giving control of your life to others. Meaning, how can you gain your power back? How can you gain your freedom back? How can you be able to allow yourself to live in a way where you do have freedoms, complete freedoms of where you'd love to live, who you'd love to be with, who would you love to share your time with, what kind of work would you like to do, what kind of services would you like to offer, what giftings would you like to start growing in? What gets you excited? See, this is the good question to ask yourself when you can actually ask yourself, wow, if I could just say, if I could imagine, and if I could actually be in complete control of my own life and myself, what could that look like? How would I want things to be different? Would I like to have a partner that actually, compliments me and builds me up and is like my best cheerleader and is right there with me and is interested in me and wants to hear my stories and that when you're around your partner that you feel valued, you feel wanted, you feel welcomed, you feel deeply loved, you feel accepted. I think for any of we all would love that in the highest level. And if it's not happening right now, it's okay. It just means that you might have aspects within your own self that you haven't figured out yet how to heal those parts within your own self so that whoever you're with or with your partner and things that they can reflect that you. So for some it might may mean a crucial conversation to have. So if that partnership isn't being in that way at all, for many of us we would do survival coping strategies where you might just start avoiding or denying it or just acting like everything's fine even when it's not fine, getting busy. Distraction's a big one. You can get busy, busy, busy doing lots of stuff. I did all these things. And many other people did too. Yeah, and then realizing, because a lot of people don't feel like, well, I don't have any power to control any of this, and because it's somebody else, and how can somebody else, if you'd like them to be treating you better, right? It is true. You do not, you aren't able to control them or have them do whatever you would like them to do. What you can do though is have yourself discover and find out what you really love and would want, and then you can share that with them. Share, hey, these are the things I really like, or hey, this is what I'm noticing. And or if you're not able to do it, sometimes there are times when you realize, hey, that's just how they are and this is how you are, and maybe your time together has completed. Maybe you were in that relationship to show that about yourself, to show exactly what you don't like or the contrast, and then the relationship may need to end in part, and then you get to go discover within your own self, wow. Yeah, what does help me when I feel loved, when I feel excited, when I get lit up? What are those things? And then begin to speak them in. Talk to friends about them. Draw it if you want. Go dance and play with it. Let your body start to dream again of yes. And that's the gift when you can activate your personal power and let yourself remember again, yes, I am worthy of that. I deserve to have a beautiful, loving relationship. And I love it. I love someone who's open hearted, who wants all of me, right? Woohoo, gets excited about being around you, looks forward to being with you, wants to share their life with you. And then, yes, it's great to have the balance where we have our own independent, activities and time, because sometimes a little too much might be a little too much. But having that just right, then there isn't anything of even having your emotions controlling you. Because for some, yes, other people might be controlling you, and then also for a lot of us, it's actually our own emotions that are controlling us. If people get stuck in ruts of just worrying all the time, they're just worrying about the worst thing that's going to happen, or fearful of things, they're going to be guarded. Their hearts are going to be closed off, or even just feeling guilty. You just feel bad, or you don't want to hurt anybody, and you just feel bad. So you don't make any changes, but yet you're miserable with being with that partner. The thing with that, not being your true self, and it's not helping them or helping you. And it takes guts, it takes courage. The courage is the gateway. Your courage and your willingness is your gateway. And life's gonna keep giving you opportunities. And yes, we do get free will choice, and there are people that will still do that, and then they kind of be the ones that are just not very happy. And then okay, so how'd that life go? Let's ended that life in that way. So how'd that turn out? Well, I love to say that, hey, how about we redo it while we're living here, right? Catch these things. So if it's not working out so well, it's actually here for you so that you can make the changes. You can. So I have a loved one in my life who I spent some time with just recently that actually brought up this topic, and that allowed me to help share about it. And I grew up with him, and he's amazing, and yet the whole majority of the time I was with him, he kept complaining about, his wife that he's with, that it basically controls everything. And he gave all his power away, because he'll even say, "Well, I can't do that because so and so said. I can't do that because so and so said. Well, I can't do that because so said." Like such, where he couldn't even spend money. He couldn't even do anything that he really wants to do. So how's that going? If you have anything like that at all happening, please let yourself notice it. Because if you can let yourself notice it, and he actually is noticing a little bit because he's talking about it, yet he's still pretty blocked where he's not ready to make the change yet. And that can be really scary. Like, yeah, I'm sure he doesn't want to get divorced. I'm sure he wants to stay married, with his partner. And this doesn't mean that people are meant to just all of a sudden go get divorced. This actually can be a great opportunity where you actually can get closer together, when we can express our true feelings, express how we really are. It's actually a gateway and a great opportunity, where that can really come in. Anything's possible, that's for sure. And whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. So being okay with whatever is meant to happen is what's supposed to happen, right? Whoo, yes, wasn't. So I have a wonderful sister who I love dearly, that she showed me so much of her personal power. Years ago, her three kids were younger, and she was with her husband at the time, who was actually quite emotionally abusive with her, and she didn't even realize it. She was to be a people pleaser, to be very nice, to be like a nice little girl. Many of us were taught to be that way, to just make the best of things. Whatever's happening, you're just going to kind of figure out how to make the best of things. And then eventually, thank goodness, when he went into one of his episodes, one of his very controlling episodes, because he was attempting to control everything with her, and some people will even get so controlling, like they don't even let people even connect with their families or do that. That's extreme. This didn't happen for her, but it was enough that she realized, even just the emotional toxicity. He would get into OCD stuff with, like, cleaning um, his kitchen over and over and over again, or just do all these kind of nice, and then just his spitting out of just the negative. And a lot of times when people are doing this, it's because of their own lack of self-worth, their own self-hatred. Like, basically, he definitely could use a lot of love and nurturing and assistance, even with the gift of PSYCH-K and other things, when they're ready. But it's all on someone's readiness. But what my sister had to do is recognize it, and she realized, she's like, "Listen, I don't deserve to be treated in this way, where it's so controlling, where I don't feel safe and comfortable and living from my heart's desires." And she knew it wasn't healthy for her kids either. So she did end the relationship, and it was one of the biggest gifts she gave herself. She literally liberated herself, and she's actually doing fantastic now. And it can be a rough road, that's for sure. It can be challenging, and it is difficult. And when we go through these journeys, yeah, we go through our lonely times, we go through our sad times, and then we wonder, hey, do we make the right choice and things like that. The gift here is that you always get free will choice. And if you can connect with your heart and then realize, wow, what's most important here? And for her, it was definitely to stand in her power of what felt right for her. And she chooses and wants to be in a relationship with a loving partner who encourages her, who's positive, who's supportive, open hearted. And she actually has that now. She has an amazing man that she's with, and it's so beautiful to see her journey with doing that. And she did use the gift of Psyche. So how cool is that? I was able to help a sister with that, and then she came and learned it. She came to a workshop and learned it for herself too. Find the tool that works right for you. For some, it might be breath work or plant medicines, or even yoga, meditation. There are many ways, and you can find the right way that works for you. Psyche just happens to be fast and effective, and I like fast and effective and long lasting because you're working with the subconscious level of the mind. So what a gift! What a gift! And you may have other people in your life, so you can even look at your life and say, "Hey, who are there people in your life that they live by their own personal power? They live by being in control of their lives. They actually have a great life. If you have anybody in your life that is showing you that, they're here to show you that you can do it too. Because if that's the gift here, is that when you do have people that you see with that, or even if you want to hear even me talking, because I have created a great life where I am in control of my life. I love it. I love it. I love what I offer for people. I love what I do. Yes, I did end my job, and this doesn't mean you're supposed to quit your job either. You might love what you do. Just make sure whatever you do that you love it, that it fulfills you, that you know you're sharing your gifts. And if it's not, then start looking for things in ways that of where you can, because you can. Because you've got to ask yourself, what would you rather be doing? Would you rather be just being dutiful and doing what you're supposed to do because you were told to do it? Oh, so who's controlling you there, right? Oh, maybe your programs from your parents or from society, or even religious views, or even just, yeah, big constructs that have been going on a long time of you just have to gut it out. It just has to work hard, and you're not supposed to like what you do. You're just supposed to do it and pay the bills. Is that really true? So I'd love to ask you that. And can you ask yourself that? How does that feel? I think for most people, they say that feels kind of crappy, kind of crappy. Don't really like it. And the gift is that a lot of people are waking up to this right now. It really is. It really is. And I actually love when people are in their jobs or in the workplaces where they are, where they actually do enjoy what they do. You can feel it, right? When you go to a workplace, let's say you go to a hotel, you go to a restaurant, or you go to even to a store where you're going in there, or even just the phone calls, right? When you call someone and you actually have someone answer the phone, which is nice instead of just technology and AI. You actually have a human. It's so nice. I love it when I have someone who answers the call and is able to assist me for whatever the call is about. And they're kind and they're helpful. And I know, and actually makes my day. Each one of us are here to do that for each other. We really are. We really are. And what a gift. What a gift we can be for ourselves. And let yourself know you can have seasons. So you may love doing something, do it for a while. I loved helping moms have babies. I did it for 26 years. I absolutely loved it. But it was night shift, and I was getting tired. I love my sleep now. How fun is that? So just let yourself keep dreaming, and when you can dream, you'll be amazed what else can show up for you, that you get to stay in your power. You get to be in the control of who you are, and really the gift of the control is actually your heart. When you can let your heart be the main operating system, this becomes your new mother lode of what controls your life, because when it comes from your heart, it comes from your true essence, from your love, from your vibration of connection with all. And think life does get to be fun instead of funky. You get to actually uh, really bring in the best life, and that you get to be in full control of your heart and of your life. Welcome back. I am Mary Mazur. So, how to stop giving your power away to others, or your control of your life to others? How can you stop giving control of your life to others? Which means, where are you blocking your own personal power, or forgetting that you are actually a powerful being? You are the co-creator of your life. You're actually meant to be creating your life and living your life from your highest level of love from your heart. That's at the highest level. And if you're not doing that, okay, all right. Recognize it. Connect in and look and see where it is. Where is it in your life where you're not doing that? If it's in the workplace and maybe you're working at a job just to pay the bills, or then there might be aspects within you about lack and scarcity. Maybe there's a fear of not having enough, or fear of not being good enough or doing enough, things like that. Many of us did get that as programs from our parents and society. With the gift of Psyche, you can transform that. That's the gift. You can ask yourself, okay, well, how would I rather be instead of that? What would I how would I love to be if I could? If I could just imagine, let yourself be curious about what if you could do, what could you do? Let yourself dream again. And you'd be like, yeah, I know, I would really love to be right. Let's say creating some even beautiful artwork, or maybe woodworking, or offering your giftings. Maybe you have some spiritual gifts that you want to offer, or even singing, or writing. There's so many. It's like infinite. Actually, each one of us are going to have our own our unique offerings. But of course, there comes in as our mind will come in. Oh, that doubter mind, or that scared mind, or the one that, oh no, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? And so you can ask yourself, where are you getting that from? Where is that coming from? Right? If it's a thought and an idea that's coming out of your mind, it actually was just a belief that you embodied most likely your first 7 years of life. And the gift is you can change these beliefs, because once you change those beliefs, your thoughts will begin to change, your emotions will begin to change, and your actions will begin to change. The key is getting to the roots of things, and it's getting to the source, which is what are those limiting beliefs that are blocking your own personal power, and then having you end up having other people control your life or what you're doing. You get to regain all of this back. It's all in your readiness. So yes, you do have to have the courage and the willingness, and you do need to be able to say, "Hey, I'm sick of this," or a way that's going to motivate you to want to make the changes. It could come in as a health issue. For many people, it usually will come in as a health issue, a relationship issue, a financial issue, or things like that. For a health issue, I have a dear friend of mine who I love dearly. He's been going through massive health issues. It's been 3 episodes, cancer returning 3 times. And she healed herself the second time completely with the gift of Psyche, meaning she changed those beliefs, her body all healed up. And then 3 years later, boom, it returned. And what she realized is that after she healed and she did meditate with Joe Dispenza's protocols and joy and love, and then her body totally amazingly shifted to that. But then she reverted back because she had more things still to clean up, and her spirit is saying that this is her last final cleanup, and she really is truly going to really transform, completely heal, and be healthy and live the vibrant life that she's in control of. There may be aspects within her that she doesn't feel like she has control of, like her body. For many people, we actually give the power away to like a cancer, or like a diabetes, or like a high blood pressure, or things like that. Check yourself if you're doing that, because if you are, you're giving away your power. You're saying that illness or that condition has power over me, and does it? Or are you just giving it the power over you? Because the gift is it's actually here for you, and you can, with Psyche, we check in for messages, the lessons, or what is it here for you for, or what are you afraid of losing if that actually goes away? That you can come from all kinds of beautiful different angles, and then you literally reprogram your subconscious mind, so in your new way. And that is what my friend is doing again, and she's doing amazing, amazing. Many of us will also give our power away to the doctors or the nurses or the professionals that are taking care of us. And a lot of times we're programmed to do that. So that's a huge one to wake up to. You can definitely receive the assistance from them, because they can do a lot of good for us. And I'm grateful. We're grateful that they are here, especially with all the beautiful technologies. And you get to be your own guru. You get to be your own savior, your own doctor within your own self, your own nurse within yourself. You get to activate those things, pieces within you, if you have the courage to do it, and you want to have that much personal power within you, that much control within you, to decide, right, to be healthy. Have a healthy body, have yourself feel good with plenty of energy, have yourself feel open and free, have yourself feel like you have time, have yourself plenty of money, that you have abundance. These are very important pieces, and know that you're loved. Each of these pieces, we actually are in our natural state, how we're meant to be. And for many of us, it all got, pulled apart, ripped up, torn apart, blocked, rejected. And if you can just imagine that we actually agreed to experience these things for the contrast, for helping assist humanity, for just the experience. And the gift is if you don't like it, you can change it. That's the biggest gift you can give yourself. You can always respond in a new way. And, yes, it is true. I mean, there are some things like I would love to, fly, teleport, like, work in a different way with gravity, right? And my body hasn't figured out how to do that yet. So there is a timing for things. I do believe there's gonna be technologies, and actually there are. They actually created some technologies. I When I was in Florida, I saw these people with these surfing boards on the water. It was so amazing. So instead of body surfing with the water, they actually the machine and the engine within it rose up, but they're literally above the water, scooting over the water, flying over the water. I'm like, yay! So there are always ways. We might have some technologies that will help us with that. Just trust and know we're here to create. We're here to live from our heart center. We're here to be in full control of our choices. So that's the biggest one. Let yourself be in control of your choices and begin with it. And it may take some uncomfortable conversations to have with some people. It may take some taking some action steps that you'll need to do. The biggest one is to make sure you have within yourself the activation in to say to know that hey, I am worthy of this. That I get to create my life in the ways that I choose to live. That I get to live in joy and peace, harmony, flow. This is what we're all being called into, living in the flow, letting go of the suffering and the pain land, or even just getting by, but actually like thriving and blossoming and living where you wake up every morning and you're excited for your life, like for your day, like, oh, what are we doing today? Yes. And then you get to have people in your life that support you and love you and the freedom and the space to do that. And we are creating a new earth on here right now, and we do it within ourselves. So, this Garden of Eden is actually right inside of us. We have the seeds, we have everything possible. Our makeup is designed to do this. It's just all in our readiness. So, if you are ready, then start focusing in on the biggest areas that are getting your biggest attention, where you might not feel like you have 100% control of your life yet, where others are actually controlling you, or even, like you say, even your own self sabotage of negative beliefs or just negative thoughts or negative emotions. You get to work with those. You can use them like fertilizer. You get to use that energy, even though it's a dense, contracted energy, and let it help you blossom. Let it help you shift in your new way. Let go of the old ways. Forgiveness is a great gateway to help you with that. Forgiving your own self for any experiences you've ever had that you might still feel guilty about or torn about. And then that will help you greatly. And then forgive anybody else because they only did what they did based on the beliefs they had or all their knowingness at the time. So, and having boundaries. Boundaries are a big one too, like learning how to say no, learning how to stand up for yourself and speaking it from your love, from your truth. Because for many, we may have to only do that when we're like angry and then we'll burst out, or we get very emotional and freak out and then get responses that way. Uh, huh. Thing is, though, is you're going to realize that it may not work out so well because then people might avoid you or there might be other disconnects that can happen. The gift is that you can access these parts within you of your true heart's desires and freedom is your birthright. And so you get to be free here and you get to make choices that feel right for you. As long as you do no harm to others, you are welcome to live in the way that feels right for you. And it may not agree with society. Society also told us that we have to do things a certain way and have to be a certain way. Is that really true? I think many of us are questioning this now, and it's really great. Maybe we can live simply. Maybe why do we have to have all the stuff? Like a lot of us were taught, you have to buy this and buy that and have this and show this for success. Is that really true? Find out what matters to you the most. I know for me, relationships, deep, loving, connecting relationships is the most important. Uh, part for me in my life, and I love the relationships that I have in my life, and I'm so grateful for them with my family, with my close friends, my loved ones. And you can have that too. And I have freedom, the freedom of choice of who I want to spend my time with, who I want to share myself with. And I get time for myself. And that is also vital, having that balance, right? and then living where I choose to want to live and do the things that I choose to want to do. Having these freedoms is so liberating. And that's what we want for you too. So, wherever you feel limited, wherever you feel blocked, just know that you can change this. Know that you can, yeah, make a difference in your own life. And it is super helpful to actually learn and use a transformational tool like Psyche to help you with that, or other tools that can give you stepping stone until you're ready for Psyche. And there's also new material coming out. My friend Sabine and I are going to be launching some new material of an online class. So we're going to have that talk next week. So we welcome you to come to the show next week at 3 o'clock here, to Change Your Funk to Fun. And it's called Your Sacred Way, that you get to access the centers within your body that help you create your own sacred way here in your life, which ties into this too, where you get to let go of having anything outside of you control you anymore, that everything's going to be governed by your internal guidance system, that what feels right for you, that's what you're going to bring out into the world, and that's what the world can be able to show you as the expression of that, and have that in that full alignment. It is vital that you do connect with your soul part of you, your spirit part of you. This is your true essence, your full essence of who you are. And regardless of whatever religion you were raised in or not raised in, that's just extra for people. It's actually more of that deep connection of your heart and of your love. And that's actually where all of this is the answer to, when you can actually open up time to connect into that, to feel that, to share that with yourself and others. That's going to help you on your sacred way. It's going to assist you greatly in making the changes that you're ready to make. If you don't make changes, change are not going to happen. Do you get that? You do have to make changes for changes to happen, and let them be good changes. Let them be meaningful for you. Let them be ones that help you have a great life. Welcome back. I am Mary Mazur. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. This episode is how to stop giving control of your life to others. Yes, let yourself stop that and let yourself regain your own power within yourself, that you get to be the controller of your own life as best you can. Yeah, so when I lost that, where I lost a lot of my own power and allowed others to control me, was because I became a people pleaser. I was so governed to think of others and always making sure everybody else is okay. And I learned it from my mom. She did it too. That we don't even realize that what we're taught is mostly from what we got from our parents, or the people who raised us. And with that, and I thought it was a good thing, right? Because I want people to be happy and be whatever that they would love. Yet I lost myself. I wasn't letting myself be happy, letting myself feel fulfilled and satisfied and feel right about things. I blocked a lot of that. So with the gift of Psyche, I was able to shift that. So now I get to let the joy and the love come from within me. And then of course I will overflow that to others. And I appreciate helping people and assisting people and being there for them. Absolutely. The gift comes in is when we can put our mask on, our oxygen mask on first, right? Let yourself take care of yourself first. And that is one of the biggest steps you can do with regaining your power again. And for many of us, at a deeper level, there's aspects, especially in the inner child parts of it, that we want to be loved, we want to be accepted and welcomed and included, right? And feel good about ourselves when we're around others and when we're doing things, right? So this also can help you when you activate your personal power, when you regain your control of your own life by letting yourself be guided by your heart, by what feels right for you, instead of your mind, or what the shoulds or shouldn'ts, or avoiding the stressors or the fears. You get to anchor into your love, connect into your soul and your heart again, and let those parts of you operate, be the main operating system. So to do that, we recommend that you go help yourself, right? The offerings that I offer is, I am offering a beautiful retreat with my friend Kristen Lacey, and this is September 6th through the 8th. This is called Nurture and Nourish Your Soul Retreat. It's a women's retreat. So for right now, it's just for women. It's in Howell, Michigan. So you can check my website, igniteandhealyourlife.com. That's igniteandhealyourlife.com. And in that, you can click the Nurture and Nourish Your Soul Retreat. You can, if you want to tent it, you can tent on the farm, or stay close by a hotel. It's going to be a late evening Friday, and then all day Saturday, Sunday. And we're going to be using horse therapy, which is so beautiful. These horses are beautiful therapists that help guide us. And then we'll be offering just gentle things like Qigong and breath work and sound bowls, and then a taste of psyche at the end. So you get a little bit of taste of that. And then even just that unity of the women coming together is such a gift, such a gift. Let yourself have these little retreats. This is actually a huge gift to give yourself. And yeah, it's coming up pretty soon. If you are ready to learn Psyche, I'm teaching an online one in November, the weekend of November 8th to the 10th. So you can sign up, get your spot for the online. If you would love to come to the in person, the online, you work with yourself first, and then eventually you can move on to working with others. If you want to come to the in person, you work with yourself and others, and that is a big gift for you too. So in September, I'll be in Tennessee, and then I'll be in Kentucky. So you can look on my website for that. In October, I'll be in Indiana, and in November, I'll be in Florida. So, and these are beautiful transformational weekends. It's really when you say yes, I want to activate my personal power. I want to regain the control back into my life, and I want to move into a new direction again. One, right, where you get to tell yourself, hey, I get to live from my heart's desires. I get to share my gifts. I can live abundantly. I get to accelerate and enhance all aspects of my life. You get to do this when you can change those limiting beliefs within you. That literally is how you do it. And then you begin to respond in new ways and be in new ways. And you can heal your body. You can heal your relationships. You can improve in any area of your life and let yourself realize, wow, I really am the co-creator of my life. Yes, you are. That you are. Yeah, and we're here for you. So a big one too is that many of us were taught to be self-reliant, to get out there to work hard, which is beautiful. The missing piece though is that it's also important to receive support, receive help, receive assistance from other guides, other people that maybe just be farther on the journey with you, that can be there right there for you while you make these transformational changes. So even having a private psyche session can also help greatly too. You can check my website for that again, igniteandhealyourlife.com. And that you can check in where you can have a one-on-one session with me, an hour session at a time, where you can use the gift of Psyche and then my spiritual giftings, where yes, you and I love the clients that I work with. It's absolutely amazing the transformations that happen. And I want that to happen for you too, because you deserve it. You certainly do. Well, this has been a joy connecting with you today. I am Mary Mazur. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. Have a fantastic day.